So, you have a movie for me?
I am a collector. Flag.
Gentlemen, this is...
I don't blame you one bit.
What's up, everyone? It's Adam from FWCI, and today I'm going to have a look at the Transformers Age of Extinction pitch meeting. They've been uploading these in like all weird orders. I'm pretty sure they did one of the most recent ones first, and I got all mixed up, but I have been watching these in order in preparation for these pitch meetings. I just watched Age of Extinction like 3-4 days ago, and it was better. I liked it a bit more than the last one. I'm glad there's no more Shia LaBeouf. I'm happy that we've got Marky Mark in there instead. But the whole movie was odd, man. Like, it just feels like every female character in this looks like a supermodel. Like, it's one of those weird kind of like male fantasy kind of movies. When you look back on it, you're like, wow, this is really aimed at a specific kind of person. Like, these movies are very, very cliche. The characters are still like pretty dreadful, to be completely honest. Marky Mark was a bit better than Shia LaBeouf, but that's not because Marky Mark's character was that great. I thought it was a decent Transformers movie at least, but let's have a look. Oh man, we got the Dinobots. Yeah, Grimlock, is that the guy's name? That was so good. But Transformers Age of Extinction, before we get into it, what would Aussie pitch meeting guy think about this one? So have you got a movie for me? Sure do. It's a Transformers movie, but let me explain. This time we're gonna have Marky Mark and Frasier in it. Marky Mark and Frasier? Oh man, look, I don't want to just break into song here or anything, but I just don't know what to do with those tossed salads and scrambled eggs. Let's go at it again. Frasier has left the building, everybody. Oh my god, yes, that's the song. Alright guys, let's check out the Transformers Age of Extinction pitch meeting from Screen Rant and Ryan George, who's an absolute legend.
So, you have a new Transformers sequel for me?
Yes, sir, I do. So this one takes place 5 years after the events of the last movie.
Oh man, and what's Sam Witwicky up to now?
Well, Shia LaBeouf doesn't want to do these movies anymore, so... But there's still money to be made.
Yeah.
There's still money to be made. Why he not do movie?
There is, so we're gonna go ahead and not mention his character at all and just focus on this inventor guy I came up with.
Oh, who are you thinking to play him?
Well, see, after seeing Mark Wahlberg play a science teacher in The Happening, I realized this guy just has this quality where he'll, just do any role if you pay him enough. Yeah, no matter how little sense it makes casting-wise, he'll do it.
Well, people like Mark Wahlberg, so sure, let's have him play an inventor.
Yeah, so Mark Wahlberg's gonna play an inventor, and he makes these gimmicky things that don't really work, and he's just plunging his family and friends into debt.
Oh, and this is the good guy?
This is the main good guy, yeah, and he also takes money from his employee instead of paying him and ends up getting him killed.
Oh.
Steals electricity from his neighbors, throws a baseball bat at a car, wants to take his own daughter to prom.
All right, I mean, yeah, I guess that can be our protagonist.
It's...
Oh my god. Yeah. He's a bit of a scumbag, I'm telling you. Like, yeah, keep it going. There's a lot more to this.
Wants to take his own daughter to prom.
All right, I mean, yeah, I guess that can be our protagonist. It's gonna be, if you say so.
I do. So this guy's name is Cade Yeager, right? Oh yeah, that almost sounds like a real name, sure. And he finds this old truck that he starts working on, and as it turns out, it's Optimus Prime. He's from the other movies.
He sure is, sir, but
But see, Optimus is hurt, but Cade can fix him because he's a terrible inventor. Exactly, but then these bad guys show up because they want Optimus.
oh, what's the deal with the bad guys? What do they want with Optimus?
Oh, well, there's this rogue CIA guy, Harold Adinger, right? And he's hunting down all Transformers, good and bad.
How come?
Well, his whole thing is like Transformers shouldn't...
I don't know why or how I missed that, but I'm pretty sure I watched this entire movie thinking that Kelsey Grammer was the president. I thought he was the president the whole time. Oh, man. All right. Sorry, everyone.
shouldn't fight our battles. We should fight our own battles.
So how's he gonna hunt them?
Well, he's gonna team up with a Transformer to fight his battles for him.
Oh, that goes against the one thing you've told me about this guy.
Yeah, but this Transformer's face turns into a gun, which I think is cool enough to justify that.
Well, listen, I agree.
Great, so now these bad guys are here, so they have to find a place for Optimus to hide on the farm.
Wow, it's gonna be tough to hide an Autobot on a farm.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy.
Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really? Yeah, he just goes ahead and hides under the floor of the barn, so that's the perfect spot for him. That's a great spot.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thank God Cade Yeager had an empty 30-foot deep storage space under his floorboards.
Yeah, so Cade tells this bad
I was just thinking that, like, how goddamn big is the underneath of this barn? Was it a missile silo? What the hell?
Empty 30-foot deep storage space under his floorboards.
Yeah, so Cade tells this bad guy, you know, you don't have a warrant. And this guy's like, my face is my warrant.
Oh, warrant faces are tight. Although now that I think of it, that doesn't even remotely make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah, but it's gonna sound cool.
Is it?
Warrant faces are tight. Yes. I remember watching that, like, what? Like, what? Who does this guy think he is?
That doesn't even remotely make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah, but it's gonna sound cool.
Is it? I'm confused more than anything.
Well, pretty
Yeah.
cool that a single line of dialogue can do that.
That's a good point.
Anyway, so then the bad guys threaten Cade's daughter, Tessa, so Optimus jumps out of the barn and they get saved by her boyfriend, Shane, who punches a guy with his car.
What?
And then there's gonna be this big old escape scene and they all manage to get away.
Wow, 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 wow.
Except for Cade's employee, who does die a horrible death.
Oh my God.
So now Cade and Shane are gonna get into this big argument, because Cade didn't know.
I'm not gonna lie, I was like kind of watching. I was watching this, but I was kind of in and out of the room as well, like just doing other stuff. I had clearly missed that part. I was wondering what happened to, is it TJ Wilson? No. Old mate from Deadpool. That guy.
Horrible death.
This
Oh
guy.
my God.
So now Cade and Shane are gonna get into this big argument, because Cade didn't know his daughter even had a boyfriend.
Oh, that's funny. Kind of the classic protective father banter.
Exactly, and she's a minor and he's 20, so Cade's really upset, you know.
What?
Yeah, Cade is
Yeah.
like, that's illegal, you could go to prison. And Shane's like, nope, not technically not. Like, she is 17, but we started dating when we were both minors, so this is technically not illegal.
What? I thought this was going to be like a funny conversation.
And so he explains that Texas has this law called the Romeo and Juliet law, and technically he cannot be arrested for sleeping with this minor. It's okay.
Why are you taking this scene in this direction?
They had a pre-existing juvenile
Yes.
foundational relationship, statute 2705-3.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, man.
And he pulls out a laminated card from his wallet explaining why it's okay for him to be sleeping with this young minor lady.
I mean, maybe we could just make her character 18 years old, and
Nope.
then we don't need to do a deep dive on, legal loopholes of this kind.
No, we're gonna spend several minutes on this.
It's just so specific and so creepy and makes me wonder why you know all this or why you looked it up so thoroughly.
It's just a funny scene, you know?
No,
Anyway,
it's
so
not.
then we need more.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I was so weirded out by that scene. The way that it just played out, it's unsettling. And that kind of ties into that whole, like, when I say, like, the male fantasy kind of movie, like, you think back to the old movies from, like, the 30s and 40s and, even up until, like, the 80s, pretty much. It was always, like, some, like, dude in his, like, 40s or 50s, and opposite him was the love interest, which was some girl, like, who was in her, like, late teens or, like, early 20s. And it's because all those gross, creepy weirdos that we're seeing, get exposed now for being gross, creepy weirdos, wanted to live out their fantasies of seeing this kind of thing happen. I don't mean the actors, but just everybody kind of involved in the whole, situation. And this movie is just very rich in the legacy of that kind of thing. And yeah, I even said this about the parents in the last movie. They were pretty wrong as well.
Robots in the movie, so Optimus is
Yeah.
gonna get some
Give us some
Transformers
robots.
together.
Not to talk about the Romeo and Juliet laws, right?
No, to make things explode.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wow.
And then suddenly Cade's gonna become really good with technology, and he's gonna hack a drone that the bad guys had at his farm.
Hacks it with what? Didn't he run away from his house without bringing anything?
He hacks it with some tech junk he finds in an abandoned garage. It's all computer stuff, so it works,
I guess that makes sense.
So that's gonna lead them to this big tech company called KSI, who it turns out is working with the CIA.
Yeah, so what's KSI's deal?
Oh, well, they discovered that Transformers get their transforming powers from this element called transformium.
Oh, a very appropriately named element. But didn't we say that they got
is.
their power from the Allspark in a previous movie?
I don't think so, no.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we did. Remember it changed like household appliances into Decepticons instantly? I have no recollection of that, no. Okay, well, there's no way I'm rewatching the other movies to make sure, so I'll take your word for it. So anyway, now this company's
That's very, very true. By the way, this villain goes... I genuinely thought when they brought this villain in, I was like, wow, like this guy's too evil for this kind of movie. And I don't know, maybe it was just a couple of scenes, but I remember seeing him like, wow, he's really over the top with like the, like evil kind of businessman kind of gimmick. And by the end of the movie, he's an absolute joke. So I'm sure they're going to get to that anyway. Like these two guys, Jesus Christ.
He's able to transform this Transformian stuff into any product placement we want.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
And they're trying to make their own new Transformer called Galvatron using Megatron's decapitated head, but for some reason the thing keeps turning out like Megatron. Is it because they're using Megatron's decapitated head? Could be, who's to say, but these guys can't figure it out.
Okay.
So then the bad guys send Galvatron after the Autobots, even though he's not fully ready.
Oh no.
And they lose control of Galvatron because it turns out he's actually Megatron reincarnated. Oh no, it's the villain they've already defeated 3 times now. Yeah, so it's like, are they gonna win a 4th time? Statistically, yeah, but let's keep going anyway. Okay, great. So then in the middle of this fight, that gun-faced Transformer Lockdown shows up and he abducts Optimus and Tessa.
Oh, well, they've got to go save them.
They sure do. So they head into this spaceship to save them, and luckily they find some human-sized alien weapons so they can have a cool gunfight.
Very exciting.
And so then Cade drinks some amazing...
They looked like they were swords, like giant swords, and I don't know, I got the vibe that the humans were just using those as like guns, even though they were technically supposed to be something else. I don't know.
Amazingly refreshing Bud Light.
Delicious.
Yeah, and so then everybody goes to Hong Kong for the last part of the movie.
Why?
Because that'll help the movie perform well in the Chinese market.
Smart.
But before they go, Optimus
More of
Prime
that.
needs to get the Dinobots to help them.
Oh boy, what are they gonna do?
Be in the movie enough to justify putting them in the trailer and on toy shelves.
That works for me.
And so then we've made it to the 3rd act, which will just be our standard, just absolute visual mess.
Care to explain what happens?
No.
Please.
Things explode, metal punches metal, good guys win, guns, boobs, America, victory.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm pretty good at my job.
You are. Oh boy,
This is gonna be one of the best movies of the year. Undeniably.
What does this say? Sorry, my camera's in the way. 2015 Razzie winners, Transformer Age of Extinction and more. You don't want a Razzie. That's not what you want to get. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't focus more on that villain character and how he literally went from being like the most sadistic character in the movie to being jobbed out by Kelsey Grammer. By the way, it was Kelsey Grammer's in that movie, right? Yeah. Did they even mention Frasier? Did I do that whole thing at the start for no goddamn reason at all? Oh yeah, they did mention him. They said he's CIA, and I thought he was the president. Yeah, no, okay. Now I remember. That was awesome. Ryan George is the man, as always. So there's one more Transformer movie, like the last night, I think. And then I'm going to do a reaction to Bumblebee, because I hear that that's actually pretty good. So subscribe if you want to see my Bumblebee reaction that's going to be coming out in the next, couple of months, I guess. Go check out FWCI Sports and Gaming for all your sports and gaming content. And as always, everyone, be well, stay safe, look after your friends. See you in the next video. Peace.